Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your Mutt team. Enjoy the show. Today we are back to talk about the top 10 things that I am most looking forward to in Madden Ultimate Team and just in general Madden 20. I'm very excited that the new game will be here in less than a week and just wanted to go over some of those things that I am looking forward to and hopefully you are looking forward to as well. But coming in at number 10, we are going to go with No One Knows the Glitch. So at this point, everyone kind of understands what has been the best thing to run throughout the year, and everyone has kind of run it. Everyone has kind of settled in the Patriots offense and some of those greater things out of that 3-3-5. There have been great things out of 5-2 as well, but going into next year with some of the other things we'll be talking about on this list, hopefully things will be a little bit different, that the Patriots book won't be able to take over and there will be just new plays that people don't know about that will be a little bit overpowered, and hopefully things will be balanced. But as we all know, it is a video game, so some of those things will be a little bit more powerful, and hopefully we are able to find those things soon. Coming in at number 9, hopefully slower quarterbacks will be a little bit more viable going into this next year. As you can see, the quarterbacks that kind of have hung around, while I really have kind of gotten rid of all of those to finish out those rookie premieres. But yeah, hopefully the slower quarterbacks, Mahomes, I necessarily wouldn't say is slow, but he's on the slower end. But going more towards Tom Brady and Dan Marino, hopefully they have just the abilities to move people around. Hopefully a Peyton Manning comes into the game like I have talked about, and he's able to do three things with conductor and just run a couple of hot routes that other people are not able to do, to just give them the ability to stand out. With faster quarterbacks being able to run out of the pocket and run playmaker, I feel as if that's going to be still more overpowered than what in the pocket passers can do. So hopefully they do something a little bit crazy with them once they get up to that 99 range, because once the faster quarterbacks hit those thresholds, the slower quarterbacks are going to be left in the dust unless they do something special with those abilities for them. But hopefully they are able to do something earlier in the year to make them the best quarterbacks in the game. Coming in at number 8, just another thing that I'm excited about, that I was very excited about this year as well. The real player motion, I know a lot of people were very frustrated with it, and people were not able to move their players like a joystick anymore. It is more realistic towards the game. I know some people aren't in favor of that, but I really am in favor of them making it as realistic as possible. And since they are making it feel more like you're actually controlling a player, even more so going into this year, I'm just very, very excited about that. And I think it's a little bit of a middle ground with what they had last year. I think they pushed it as far as they could in one direction, and I hope they're going to be bringing it back 10-15% to make it even better for everyone. Coming in at number 7 is having a better rush at the quarterback, especially with interior linemen. Everyone has been talking about what Aaron Donald is able to do and how you need to have him on your team. But with players like Deron Payne and Quinnen Williams on the come up in Ultimate Team, when they get their 90 plus player card later on in the year, it's going to be very exciting to have them be viable. I know with Payne, with his upgrades with my theme team, he looks absolutely dangerous from the interior line position. But at this point in the year, you can move in a defensive end that has a plus 90 speed, and you're not really losing anything with players playing more realistically and just that better rush at that quarterback position. Towards the quarterback position, it will be a huge upswing. And just having quarterbacks having less time in the pocket, I feel as if that's going to make for a better game and let some of those things that really don't feel like they should be in the game not be allowed. Just being able to run backwards and run around for 10 seconds behind the line of scrimmage, some players should be allowed to do that, like a Fran Tarkenton, Cam Newton, Michael Vick, potentially in some situations when he's able to scramble and get away from the defensive lineman, but not every quarterback should have all of that time. Tom Brady is able to find his way around in the pocket, but he gets the ball off very, very quickly, is the reason he doesn't ever get, excuse me, very infrequently gets hit. So just something that's going to make the game more realistic and make people work around it. Coming in at number six, I'm just over the moon that RPOs are coming into the game. Better playbooks that will allow what people are seeing on the field to then be ran with their Madden team. I feel as if that's something that should have been pushed for a while, but is just something that is going to be tremendous. You're going to be able to run what your team is running, not a general playbook with a few extra plays added. You'll have RPOs that the Chiefs are running, some of those different things that the Eagles have ran for their specialty plays. You're going to be able to actually pass a little bit more with wide receivers, halfbacks, things like that. So it's going to be a little bit more of an exciting year with people figuring out their team's playbook. To be honest, running Washington's playbook for the last 5 years, it has not changed very much. I can do the same things with my hands and get to all the same plays, just clicking the same things. So it's exciting that we're going to have to change that up a little bit and kind of get into new playbooks. I'm actually excited to test out the Chiefs and see if that's something that's going to be viable for me. Coming in at number five is the team building aspect and what you are able to do with your Madden Ultimate team. And even with franchise, it is really exciting to just come in and be able to build with some of those players that you might not be able to otherwise. You're able to create your own player and franchise and Madden Ultimate Team, come in and play with some of those legends that have not been around for quite some time. I hope they change things up. From the looks of it, Kurt Warner is going to be into the game, and he's going to be a really fun player to play with. Hopefully, his ability is not something that is emblematic of what is going to be coming, and hopefully people aren't going to be dropping passes when they're open. Got Fox touched on that, so I don't necessarily have to go into that, but that's more or less repeating what he said. But it is going to be a shame if that does occur. But that got off a little bit what I wanted to talk about exactly. But for your offense, you're going to be able to build a little bit more specifically to what you want to run and have those specialty abilities on players that you need to have running those certain things. That's going to be a lot more fun, and just building from scratch is one of my favorite things to do each year. It's just tremendous to be able to do that. With those rookie premier packs not refreshing for quite some time, I had went and opened another account, and just building that team up a little bit was one of my favorite things that I've done in the last couple of months. So at least with my Madden Ultimate team anyway. So it's going to be a lot of fun to build that new team this coming year. Coming in at number four, Montez Sweat and Dwayne Haskins being in the game along with all the new rookies. It is a lot of fun to see those players that you've seen in college go out and play on the field and then come into Madden Ultimate Team. You're not able to play with them in NCAA anymore, so if you are a diehard Ohio State fan, Oklahoma fan, you're able to come in and play with Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins, and that is a whole lot of fun. Having Montez Sweat, just having him with that speed and that size is going to be so much fun as a Redskins fan. So having Haskins and Sweat just on our franchise and ultimate team is going to be a whole lot of fun. So it is something that you should be looking forward to no matter who you drafted. Maybe potentially going out and nabbing your favorite player from college onto your favorite team and just having the draft go the way that you actually wanted it to. Coming in at number three, just how excited the community is and how many people will be actually checking things out, and we'll be tuning into different things on Madden Daily Drops. How many more people will be checking out Madden 20 things on YouTube, and how many more things will be on Twitch. This morning, I got on to record, and there were 64 people checking out things on Madden 19, so that is a little bit disappointing to see. I completely understand why with this game coming to an end, but it is going to be very exciting to see those numbers absolutely pop up when Madden 20 does come out and everyone gets their game for the first time, especially with EA Access. Coming in at number 2, the X Factor ability and the best players standing out because of their abilities. I hope they are able to come through and do what they are saying they were going to do with these players. They should be able to stand out more than everyone else does. They are some of the best players in the game, and the best players in the game should stand out. I know they've done their best with the stats and spreading those out, but players still seem to look a little bit congested with that. So hopefully those 88 plus overall players are able to get those abilities and stand out even more, and then those 94 plus players are able to get a couple abilities and stand out even from themselves. So games are able to feel different even when you're playing solos, playing against other people. Just what you're able to do with those players is going to stand out, and you're not going to just be running with the same players over and over again. You might be able to have a little bit of a slower players stand out at a different position. Speed has always been king, along with size, so maybe a 5'11 Devin Bush or Ray Lewis can come and stand out above their size. I know Devin Bush is super fast and athletic, but maybe that height is something that he can get around by having a specialty ability by being able to jump. So you're able to just work around those certain things with those abilities. I hope they're able to do that with the game and make Barry Sanders actually feel like he is Barry Sanders as well. And coming in at number 1, something that is more of a hope and something that I've kind of seen and think they have done with this year. They seemingly really haven't added anything huge to the game to put on the back of the box. I know Face of the Franchise is supposed to be something in that regard. You're taking over your own player, but that is just something they already had in the game, and are refurbishing it. So I really think they just took off this past year, added abilities, made players stand out, listened to the community, try to make those fixes to the game, had the game done earlier than they ever have before, are getting it out through EA Access to fix up those bugs that they do have, and are going to be able to produce the best Madden game that ever has. Even when you play from 18 to 19, you can tell how much better the game has gotten, and going on to the next year, it is going to have gotten even better. And I'm very excited to see what Madden 20 does bring. All of these things on this list are going to add up to what Madden 20 can be, but really on the field is what matters, because all of these players can play differently and can stand out in their own way. But if the game isn't good, it's not going to be a very good Madden. But this year's Madden definitely can be that, and I truly think that they have taken the time to make that happen. But that is what we have for today. Very excited about what they have been able to do with the game, and hopefully this year we are all able to make the most of it and all able to join together and take over Madden 20. Wish you all the best. Take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.